Boo and Will's wedding in Wallingford. Randy, of course, kind of insisted it wouldn't be in the Catholic Church. So it was a priest and there was a, what was the rectory? It was the rectory, wasn't it?
They told me, I wasn't there.
Yeah, no, I wasn't there. And I was gonna talk to Jackie, I'm sorry that she's not here, but Jackie and I probably the only two that were there at the wedding. But I mean, I can go way back. But Boo and Will were wonderful to me, because I was a little 13-year younger. She was like mother. I mean, in all the summers when our kids were growing up, whether we're Baltimore or Shenango Bridge or Washington D.C., we always took a week. We took my dad, Olaf, which a lot of the kids are named Olaf, and Marion with us. And we'd go see Washington D.C. and Towson, Loch Raven, Concord, New Hampshire. I Concord, Mass when they were there. But I could go way back. Where do I start?
Please do.
Or where do I finish? I remember my first flight, I told the gentleman here, my first air flight, Boo and Will had just moved after the wedding, 29 Buttercup Lane in Levittown. They just built in Levittown before they built the Pennsylvania Levittown. And so they took me down, and I was there a week in that nice little Buttercup Lane, and Will and Boo put me on an airplane. I think it was the old, might have been the old DC-3s. They used to fly into Rutland. And so I flew first time. But you know what I acquired down in Long Island? Virus pneumonia. And as I came home, I remember telling my mother, this is when aureomycin and streptomycin were just coming out and the pill cost 75 cents. And I remember telling Marion, or my mother, I said, you can't afford to give me this, it's too expensive. And those are the days you dream of. But, I mean, I can't go on. But Boo was wonderful. When she taught in Ludlow, I remember buying me my first, well, I thought it was a first or a real nice winter jacket. And took care of me. And I think I got another one that had to do with me. I was 5th grade, and she was our music teacher. And when I was 5th grade, in Ludlow, 2 years.
15 years older than you, right?
13.
13, yeah.
Okay, and we sang Fred Waring's Christmas song, what was it? Night Before Christmas. She
Wait,
did.
you could sing it for us right now, wait.
Well, I won't. But there were 4 of us guys in the 5th grade that really had good voices. And there was a part, he came down the word to sing to his work and fill all the stockings and turn with a jerk and filling. Okay. She had no sopranos in the high school chorus. So she took us 5 boys, and we sang that part of the, and I mean, that was big time for us. 5th graders singing in the high school chorus. And our voices were so high, so we had to. But Dad was cross-country skiing. Olaf, a lot of you fellas are named for Olaf. But he had a trailer behind Fox Run. There was an old snowmobile trail. Now, Dad was quite outspoken. And he says, those damn snow machines, he says, they foul up my cross-country track. And of course, he'd climb on South Hill, and you know, he was quite an institution. A lot of you got the picture of him with his boat he made, and it's in the, what's it called?
The museum.
In the
Black River Academy.
Black River Academy Museum.
Tell them about
Yes.
the ship, they should come see that.
Oh, the ship is there at the museum.
Yeah.
The reason I tell you about that, I could go on all afternoon. But the hull of that boat right here, there was a sawmill in Ludlow down in the flat. and he got a timber, 12 by 12 pine with very little notch in it. And he being a carpenter, sometimes, when he didn't have a lot of work. So he actually carved that hull out. I remember he got lead for the keel. Mother made the the sails, sails were World War II parachute, nylon. And he made that, plus a little Alina, the little smaller boat. And I remember sailing. But he swam across the lake from one end to the other, pulling a canoe, and Boo, when she was a little girl, went with it in the canoe. He pulled her in the canoe, and they had a camp in the head of.
No life check, no.
It was rescue. Yeah, and
Wow.
of course, we all skied. I mean, I started skiing when I was walking, I'm still skiing at 81. The nice thing about it, I'm kind of, they say penurious, but now that 80, I can ski free. I love the Northern Ireland, but I've always worked at the ski area, so it never paid. But we were on Okemo with Uncle Rob, or my brother, and Dad. We used to climb Okemo on the old road. And, what else here, today? No, we used to climb up and come down the road to the top, and we'd climb and ski down. So my first year of high school, my senior year of high school was the first year I came home, and we were on a ski team then, and so were they all, like we had passes. So I like to come back, but I tell you, it's something different. Ludlow's something different. Someone told us because of the part-timers that live here in Ludlow, there's only about 8% paying taxes that are permanent here in Ludlow today. But back in our day, it was the woolen mills, and then it was General Electric, and it's changed a lot.
Did you see the fire in 68 Main?
Question?
No, keep going.
No question.
Yeah. As I drove in, I noticed there may have been a fire in 68 Main.
Yes.
So I asked about it.
Yes.
And they said they thought it was electrical. Do you know anything more?
Okay, 68 Main, if you head downtown,
Across from the high school.
across from the high school,
Of course he knows.
there was sergeants, not the sergeants at Lake Rescue. John Garibaldi Sargent was the Attorney General when Cal Coolidge was president. Thank you. John Garibaldi Sargent's daughter and my mother, Marion, were good buddies. They played bridge together. When they took Rob, your dad, little fella, up to see Grace and Cal Coolidge. They were summer, and Rob sat in Grace Coolidge's lap because he was scared. They had big white collies, a pair of them. I'm getting back to 68. The original home, Boo had her bedroom up over one of the rooms, 68 Main.
That's where she was born.
That's where she was born, exactly. And we were in that house until about 1943, when I was starting first grade, and we moved into the house where all the pictures were taken. Now, the reason that house did not burn, I understand from Dad, was that house is a brick house. And they faced it with wood. And of course, they put the siding in and so on. So when it burned, it didn't burn. I mean, it burned, but, and I don't know why they never. But another thing, another little history bit, when Cal Coolidge was going to Black River Academy, he had a room in that 68 Main Street. Yes, in the winter.
With your family?
No, they weren't, it was prior.
It was your grandmother's.
My grandma, because Grandma Bessie and Cal went to college together, or high school together.
Dad, wasn't Grandpa working when the
Okay,
motor
my
came?
grandpa Olaf was
Hey,
cutting hay with a scythe right by Coolidge. Oh, I gotta tell you about Boo, because then the picture talks about Boo and Will. They're meeting at a square dance at Lake Rescue. Hilma, yes, and Will, of course, family was in Belmont. Okay, they met at a square dance. Boo and Hilma and Grandma Bessie and little Joni spent summers up there. And they kind of took care of me, and I used to sit on the porch at camp before you guys made it, and we'd hear the music across the lake. And Bill and Will met there, square dancing, quite a deal. But anyway, getting back to Grampa, I tell you, I was a teacher for 40 years, and I'm still teaching at Rock of Ages as a tour guide, 22 more years. Grandfather, Olaf, was scything, and when he heard, Cal Coolidge heard the word that Garfield, the president before, Harding was shot, they rushed him. Coolidge, father gave him the oath of office. In the wee hours of the morning, they went by car to Ludlow to get on the train to get back to Washington. And Dad was scything, he says, and he saw that entourage. Probably wasn't much back in those days, but taking him back to Ludlow to the station to Washington. A lot of history.
Tony, I have another question.
Yes.
Back to the boat.
Yeah.
Mark, I thank you, and his wife, wherever you are.
Welcome.
Thank you so much. So meaningful there. I was told, I think by my dad, that Grandpa used to build these boats, take them out on the lake and burn them. No?
Not that I know of. No, I don't think
That was
so.
the pianos.
I don't know. But Sergeant next door to the camp,
It's not there anymore.
no, he's not there anymore, it's a mansion. My parents used to call him Skinny Sergeant. There's a reason they call him Skinny, because it was very tight. And what they used to do, when I was a kid, he went out on the lake with a rowboat, and all the tin cans you get when you cook, you're at the camp. He didn't want to take them we didn't have landfills then. Didn't want to take them to the dump. Put them on the side. So right off your camp, not more than 50 feet, if you dive down, you see a lot of rusty cans. That's got nothing. Other questions?
At Easter time,
Yeah?
and they put it on the ice, played
Right.
music for Easter, and they left it there, and then when the
Went
ice
down.
it went down because they wanted to get rid of it.
And we, of course, had Goldberg's the other side.
Still there, Joey?
Alfred.
Oh, we have
And Alfie's sister was a little
Yeah.
retarded, but she was a tremendous concert pianist. Oh, and you could hear nice classical music. I kinda often.
I can't put on Facebook now. Look at Grammy's
Well, I
face.
just said.
Joey,
Yeah.
tell the story about that how Gary and Olaf met and when they got engaged.
Okay, I'll tell you that. Hate to stand with it back to anyone. But Olaf had just come over from the old country, and he was a great reader. Grandma Ness was a librarian, 16 years younger